science, the science is a reference to knowledge, means knowledge through the eyes of the Moor, or from a Moorish perspective. What that means then, it's requiring us to find out what that is. Right? It's in begging the question, what is this?
Melanin rising, Kundalini climbing, but my Jacob's ladder break my ego down to matter, cause it really doesn't matter on a solar plane. High in my domain, but it's more like my state. Go! Reppin' the holy prophet, but don't forget CM Bay. Zodiac Constitution, that's in my DNA. Canaanland mode by bloodline, that's in my DNA. 5-point star with the red flag, on the green like the PGAs. No, 14th Amendment citizen, nationality is imminent. The man with his third eye open is the king, land of the blind land. Before time landed, define campus, define universal mind. Beyond universal time, this long lineage of mine. Define universal time, I'm metaphysically inclined. Try squaring up your conduct and circle all your desires. If Spain was really Andalusia, how did we invade Spain? They invaded Andalusia, now everybody call it Spain. That's de facto standards, replace that title with the surname. But that ain't your name, cause that's from England, this is Merlin. When we was ruling all the waters, making pirate moves, who had it longer from 700 to 1492 than us. Melanin rising, Kundalini climbing, but my Jacob's ladder break my ego down to matter, cause it really doesn't matter on a solar plane. High in my domain, but it's more like my state. Go! Asia, major, rapping tales from Asia, major, Mexico and back. Asia, major, call it turning tide. Asia, major, this is certified.
Major, I am the league, hard to crown, ball not base. When I'm playing, not playing. Standing in your face, fez a turban on. You say Moors are gone, niggas tripping. We'll unify for a nation, but booze and fried chicken. Astrology is Satanism, but every year you candle blow. Shooting targets, not moving highway, men you can't handle though. Always debating Moors, but won't debate Khalid or Dr. Ben. Today you diss my prophet, tomorrow you're begging friends to get vaccine exemption forms for COVID or Corona. Falling for orchidox, adrenochromis for melanin donors, unconscious of powers. Richard King and Bruce Bynum. Our people lost in the sauce, stay stirring and can't find them, even with a strainer or using my hands in a container. Choosing higher over lower self should be a no-brainer. Claiming to know thyself, to no man's value. You can't be passive or stagnant, you must earth or celestial travel.
Melanin rising, Kundalini climbing, but my Jacob's ladder break my ego down to matter, cause it really doesn't matter on a solar plane. High in my domain, but it's more like my state. Go! Asia, major, rapping tales from Asia, major, Mexico and back. Asia, major, call it turning tide. Asia, major, this is certified.
What is this Moorish nationality? In the context of Noble Drew Ali, Timothy Noble Drew Ali was to be, as he stated, a divine and national movement.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense with
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes it a little of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. Or keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I rob bass, mix it with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense with
Legendary, bury me in the North gates. Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes it a little of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. I keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I rock bass, mix it with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Sorbet, prepping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. And no but I lay in plain sight. But people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery. Looking for life, the book of Genesis. Astral plane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, finish him.
Moorish key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost in metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Facts like a dirty more or a Drew Ali critic. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave. Drowned in my brain waves. Squash my heat waves, activating Kundalini. Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini. Selassie I in exile. Reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real. All I see is false evidence. They are feminists, stomped on by elephants. Don't like go prejudice, but want Moorish benefits. When you feel the cold magnetic resonance. Apis horns of the sacred book called Maleficent. Great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness. No pestilence, ace all the testaments. Tap into remembrance, never to forget again. Use energy right, not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with no they live shades. Keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades. Not enough rebellions, too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence, burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars, it might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Comment Sense Quick. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
And it's so crazy that Negroes decided to partake in this foolishness. I'm talking about the rise of the Moors, idiot. And I done told Buddy before, because like I've been knew Jit was stupid. I knew he was stupid. I could tell by the way he moved, because I commented on his page before he blocked me, and I told him, you teaching people about adverse possession, you gonna get some people locked up. And then, Lord and behold, here we come.
Hold on a second. He's not locked up now because of adverse possession. He's not locked up now because of arms. He's not locked up now because of stalling on the highway or whatever. He's locked up now because colonists, modern foreign Europeans who are occupying this land called the Americas, because this is not their home. This is not their home. But somebody who is online showing you pictures of stacks and showing you pictures of Maseratis and all this stuff, which comes from these Europeans, of course they're going to talk crazy. Of course, they're going to use Facebook. They're going to use Facebook to push their crap that they want to push. Right? Because certain people, they can't put stuff on YouTube because they know the Dirty Moor killer, Kudrow, is going to find it. They know. And they know that the Dirty Moor killer, Kudrow, who was killing all these Dirty Moors on Facebook, got kicked off 8 years ago. Been kicked off Facebook. Because the truth is too stern. And they don't want it. So, since he's bringing up adverse possession and all that stuff, let's talk about the article. Let's talk about the article from the parents of the so-called standoff arrested black Moorish sovereign guy. You see what his parents are saying. Let's see if his parents throw him under the bus like all these Moors are doing right now. Whether they're temple Moors, commerce Moors, religious Moors, active Moors, passive Moors, whoever they are, guarantee you they're either going to be riding with the fact that leave these Moors alone, they have a right to go wherever they want. Once they're not violating anybody else's rights, leave them alone. Or you have the other side who they're siding with the colonists. If you're saying that Rise of the Moors is wrong, then you're siding with the colonists. You're a colonist lover. And we see you colonist loving traitors who like to show off thongs and show off your blue interior Corvette and all that stuff, and you're conscious. The hell out of here. You're conscious. You know yourself. You know yourself because you can rob your people, fly all around the world, and come back to your people and rob them again to go fly again. And then they're going to pay. All these people who are talking against Rise of the Moors. Well, what they should have... We don't hear anything from you people. We don't hear anything. Because when we're over here, not on CNN and not on whatever, and we're just doing our little classes in the back, and it's just us, not a peep from anybody. No one had anything to say. Nobody had any input. And like I said, I can talk. Like I said, I can talk. Because I'm one of the first people that Jamhal called when they were starting up Rise of the Moors. So I can talk. Nobody, after we read this article from the parents, nobody should be against Rise of the Moors. If you are against Rise of the Moors and Jamhal Bey and all that stuff, if you are against it, we know you're a colonist lover. You might not want to admit it to yourself, but we know you're a colonist lover. Because if you're not even going to ride with his mom, you're really a traitor. Because his mom's saying exactly the same stuff that he's saying. Right? No different than, perfect example, no different than Brother Yusuf's son, Lil Yusuf. And he's in class, bored. Because he's a Moor. These people can't teach him anything. He's a Moor. What are they teaching him? He's just there. He's just there because I'm here. He's just there. He does something. He does something. Whatever he does. Doesn't even matter what he does. He does something, gets sent to the office, and they have to call their parents. Right? The parents come to the school for little Yusuf, and they're like, Little Yusuf, high five. Good job. What's principal gonna say? You're suspended? How come principal didn't suspend him? How come kick him out of school and all that stuff? Expel him because he's going against the teacher. He's making the teacher look like she doesn't know what she's talking about. None of that. High fives all around. Not a peep out of principal. Not a peep. Why? Because the parent came and backed up the child's position. Because the child's position was right and exact. They weren't doing some dumb stuff. They weren't just talking out of their mouth because they're a child and they know Moorish information and they just want to spew stuff because they want to show that they're smart. No, something was contrary, something was hypocritical to that child's common sense that he learned at home. You better have that. And he's in the real world and there's no common sense anywhere. Blow this thing up. Let's start over. So when his mother goes on the record, because think about the trauma these people cause to his mother. That she's sitting home at work, whatever, and her son is on TV in a standoff with police. Good morning, universe creator. Thank you for giving me some more life. Let me just see what's on the TV. And then it's her son on there. And her son's on there as if he's some kind of commando Rambo guy. He's not Rambo. He's not running up in the police station and killing police and all that stuff. That's not what's going on. Because last call that I got from my son or whatever said, yeah, we're going camping. We're going out to the land to go camp for a couple of days. Oh, no problem. See you when you get back, just like every other time you went. Just like every other time you went. Waking up. They just left 5 hours ago. They just left. And she's waking up in the morning all day. And then think about it. Some people got it late. There were people on there from 1 o'clock in the morning. There's people who missed about 4 hours. 4 hours of critical narrative. So you can, make drilling the truth in again. Let's read this article, because you can't make up this stuff right here. The parents of a 29-year-old Providence man who narrated an hours-long standoff with police Saturday on social media from a closed highway said on Sunday he is a loving son, a father who served for years in the Marine Corps. So he's a veteran. How they treat veterans? They don't got to talk about this stuff. How they treat veterans? You see people messing around with veterans? Find me a veteran that they messed around with. And I bet you they were doing something to try to wake up the people. They weren't playing the PTSD guy. I came back here and then now I got to get checks from you guys because the torment of the war. And the ones who know what they got themselves into went over there, learned, came back here. All right, now what's up? That's why they're mad, because he's using their own stuff. And they're mad. They're mad. Oh, they're so mad. You know how mad they are? These modern Europeans, that they train this guy and he's taking the stuff and giving it back to the community for nothing. They're mad. And not only that, he's uniting with other ones just like him, who were in the Marines and all that stuff, PTSD and PTSD. You read this Quran right here, and then something happens to them, and they get back to their self. They get back to their self. And then they realize what's going on. Oh, experience. We got this experience of, you know, shaving dogs. So we're going to take the shaving dog experience back to the community. Show everybody how to shave dogs. Yeah, terrorist activity and stuff like that. What's let's go to the article. Let's see what. Jamhal Talib Abdullah Bey is among a group of 10 men and a 17-year-old facing charges of conspiracy to commit a crime, as well as several firearms-related charges, following the encounter with police, during which authorities shut down a section of the Interstate 95 and ordered nearby residents to shelter in their homes. So hold on a second. So facing. So all he's doing is facing these. These aren't, nobody's charged with this. The narrative is saying they're facing this. This is not what anybody's going to jail for or anything like that. Facing. Look up facing. Charges of conspiracy to commit a crime. Well, there's no conspiracy to commit any crimes. Zero, because they're going camping. Since when is camping a crime? Is camping a crime? If camping's not a crime, then these people are playing games. Camping's not a crime. Not a crime. Why are they treating it like a crime if camping's not a crime? And we know camping's not a crime, so why are you riding with these? Why aren't you riding with the brother who was just going camping? Because the Moors, no, we're not talking about Moors. We're talking about some people going camping. There was no fezzes out there, so we don't know if they're Moors, because Moors were fezzes. So I don't know if they were Moors, because they didn't have fezzes on, so they weren't Moors. But they were going camping. You think about it, you got children, your child tells you, hey Ma, we're going camping. And then they're on the news with SWAT team and all this stuff. How would you feel? Knowing that my air was just going camping. Islam, boy.
Islam.
What you saying?
You know to go. Oh man, I had to jump on real quick, man. Peace to the Moors and the Moorish out there, all the mothers. Hey, everybody, peace and love. That's the time to 45 right now. What'd you say, Kujo? Hey, Moors are on CNN, baby. No.
CNN. What more you want?
Right, and you know, it'll open up the conversation, hopefully, for people who, if you really want to know.
It better. They better be asking crazy questions right now. You better be hunting Moors down to find out what the hell's going on. What just happened?
Hey, I had people hitting me up. You know, a couple, European sons and a couple other people just like, man, what's the real scoop? Because we know just off everything you showed us that it's bullshit. So like, give me the scoop. Like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. And so I spent most of the day like forwarding, hey, just trying to do my part to counter the misinformation, because we're all affected by it. And what do they say? Guns, God, country, and family, and some you might depending on the person, you might throw a dog in there or two.
Right,
But you know, even with them, their motto is God, guns, and country. So man, it's not about no.
Well, this is the thing. Earlier, I was just looking at the history of the militia movements, right?
Right.
And I'm seeing them coming up with 3% militia movement, Arizona Border Recon, Hootery, Idaho Lightfoot Militia, Michigan Militia, Militia of Montana, Missouri Citizens Militia, Missouri Militia, New York Lightfoot Militia, Oath Keepers Militia, Oath of Defense Militia, Lightfoot Militia, Texas Lightfoot Militia. So what's the problem?
Hey, hold on, Gresham, just a second. No.
How is there a problem? Proud Boys Militia. Put them all out there. Is FBI checking them? FBI better be checking them too. FBI better be checking them too.
Oh, they're waking up. And I told Jamhal on a live, they had just went live, and I told him, he's like, well, I'm not doing anything wrong. And my response to him was that you helping to uplift your people. And out of the refugee status, out of the victim status, out of the not taking responsibility status. And so in their eyes, you are committing a crime by helping to uplift the people. You know? In a sense.
Anybody who got helped, anybody who bought a book, copy and pasted something.
We'll work it out. You know, everybody would get on one last night, so you know
whatever.
how it goes. Well, I'll let you know.
They better be repping.
Okay.
They better be repping for Rise of the Mars right now.
Man, repping hard.
All the people who like to run to court dates and stuff like that, and then not show up for nothing else. Let's see if you're gonna rep now.
Mm-hmm.
When the door got kicked in, we already know they stopped repping.
Inquisition. Ain't nothing but the Inquisition.
We already know. Why do you think they're out there? How come they weren't out there with a Rise of the Mars flag? Because this is not about Rise of the Mars, dummy.
Nope.
Not about some Rise of the Mars.
They don't want that.
Right?
They don't want that.
Yeah. And that's the message that we also want to put out to them, that Moors with guns and we know the law doesn't mean that we're coming to raid the stuff and all that. Stop the dumb stuff.
All right.
Stop the dumb stuff. We just told you about all these other European militias nobody cares about. They go shooting more than Rise of the Moors.
Man.
What are you talking about? Why are they making this thing about guns? It's not about no guns and violating Massachusetts law and all that stuff. It's all about making you look at the Moors either worse than you were looking at them from before, or light bulb went off.
Mm-hmm.
And you're about to hunt down every Moor that you ever heard about. Because something should have went off in the people's head with that stuff being on there for so long.
And and hopefully, it will. Like I said, I'm gonna do what I can within my my sphere of influence, just to make sure that there's another side of the story. It's not just one narrative. And I think people know it. People know it in their hearts. They really know it. But then everybody wants to be, have to.
That machine influence is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That machine influence is crazy. They'll do some dirty stuff to Mars. Just like we were playing this Joker earlier.
And see, we got to have a mechanism for, because you see people. I venture to say these same people that say they ride for El Malik, the same people that said they rode with Martin Luther King, Now, you know, certain things have come out, you know, as far as Martin is concerned. But for generally speaking, he's the guy people want to go to. He went to jail like 365 times, and now people are oh, Martin Luther King and I Have a Dream and Malcolm this and this, that, and the other. And all those people went to jail they sacrificed themselves and their lives, their time and efforts to help do what they thought they could at the time to help uplift our people. And how many people ride with them now that weren't riding with them then? See, that's something we need to pay attention to, because, you know, you have people riding the fence and then, let me see how things turn out. And then, let me see how things go. No, man, no. You got people talk, my allegiance is not toward anybody. I don't take sides. So if you don't take sides, then you playing both sides in the middle. That's part of what got our people in this situation also. So you have personalities out here on social media talking about they don't take sides. Well, isn't part of nationality obedience and loyalty towards a nation, which is the people? So if you don't take sides, then what are you really saying? Yep. If the shoe fits, they can wear it, whoever it is. But I'm gonna say no names. Why don't we have a right to? We have a right to. We have a right to live. We have a right to not be stateless. And I'm openly say, this Moor supports rise of the Moors and other people out here doing the work. Yep. You know, opening themselves up to scrutiny. You said something super important, though, as far as the incompetent people shutting the fuck up, and, you know, everybody has something to say. That's why, you know, typically I just use the references, because I don't even want. I'm not going to do the back and forth. I'm not going to do the back and forth with anybody. So you can argue with that reference point, but you're not about to argue with me, because I'm just not going to do it. And so that's the approach that I choose to take. I try to keep my commentary the minimum. You know, exactly. Because there have been times that you know, expanding your vocabulary and really doing the study and doing the knowledge before putting yourself out here and not really knowing everything that comes with it too. Yeah. When you take that responsibility, then you take everything that comes along with it, whether it be good or bad. And so,
Speaking about good or bad, let's see what just wanted to make sure we get on the record. His mother.
Yeah.
So people could look at this from the proper perspective. Quote, all Jamhal wants is for people of all races to be treated fairly and equally. And he wants the law to be upheld as such. We'll call her Sanders Bay, since they want to play games. So Miss Sanders Bay and Mr. Stephen Latimer Bay is who we're talking about when we say the parents. I don't care if they say that they're Moors or not. To me, they're Moors. And I don't know what anybody's talking about. Just like
they have no choice.
Just like their sons are Moor, they're a Moor. I don't care what they say. I know they're a Moor. He just wants people to be treated fairly. That's all he wants. And he wants to be treated with respect. Why? Because he's a Marine. And he knows what he did for them. He knows what he did for them. And he's trying to repent for his sins by doing good. All the sins that these people made him commit. Whatever sins they were, wearing those suits and those uniforms. Because you already know that's another form of masonry. You already know that's a lodge. The military stuff is a lodge. right? It's a sorority. Only thing they got guns and tanks and planes and stuff like that. It's a sorority. Fraternity. He knows what they did. He also knows what he got. And what he got, he can use to help uplift his people, because look how they're using it and they're ruling the world. So they're mad.
Big mad.
Because they trained him and he figured it out. Yeah, somebody said it. This is the Jason Bourne. Jason Bourne woke up. He realized that. Hold on a second. Jason Bourne woke up. They're mad. And they can't get. They're trying to coerce through psychological warfare the people to look at Jason Bourne as he's the bad guy because he's going around killing people and whatever. When he's the victim. And we can go to King Alfred plan and show them why they do the draft and why they get our brothers to be part of their institutions. The same reason that Jamhal and all those other Moors are in jail, and every other Moor is in jail right now for standing up their right, is the same reason Muhammad Ali, who's you guys' boy, went to jail. Because he wasn't going to go fight for these people's corporation. That's why he's an Ali. That's why he's an Ali. Oh, my son is not a violent person. Growing up, he never had any trouble or issues like that. All he is trying to do is find the truth and make sure people are following the law. Not just the people, but the cops and the government as well. And they thought, oh, he calls himself Jamhal. No, he's Jamhal Abdullah Bey. You can go check the record and you can see the amount of years that he's been saying that he's that. Stop the BS. So his mom even knows. His mom knows. If you're not going to ride with his mom, you must be a traitor. You must be some type of sellout turncoat. Sellout. Because if his mom should be a witness if they want to go to court and stuff like that. What does mom understand? Tell us about this terrorist son that you got. We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. You know, what happened after the Marines and all that stuff. You just want to know what happened. It's weird that they would treat a veteran like this. They never do this to veterans. You don't do this to veterans.
Yeah, they do though. Yeah, they
Like,
do.
They do, but
No,
they don't 11 hours on the highway veterans.
some of the
Yeah,
the biggest homeless population. One of the biggest homeless population is veterans. You know, all the red tape they have to go through when they get the VA and the benefits. It don't matter what your bloodline is. I used to do security, or what you call a club bouncer at this place, and it was nothing but veterans up there working security. The story some of these guys had about like what happened to all this. We support our troops, guys, and when we get home, then they got nothing for you. And even when it concerns their benefits, man, they throw them through all kind of BS to get the benefits that they signed up for it. You know, so yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. You know, I make comments all the time. Oh, they swear to support the troops, but then you see people out here with glass jars and, you know, like mom and pop shops where people have to, you know, hey, donate money for this such and such because, you know, hey, they're not getting it. And they being used, pawns. You know, a lot of them don't know what the hell's going on.
Oh, here it is right here. The draft is an institution of compulsory collective sacrifice and slavery, devised by the middle-aged and the elderly for the purpose of pressing the young into doing the public dirty work. It further serves to make the youth as guilty as the elders, thus making criticism of the elders by the youth less likely. It is marketed and sold to the public under the label of patriotic national service. So they're going to be repping for some patriot stuff, but these people can't go camping? Really? They can't go camping just because a guy came out the car and he might have had his gun on him? Like all this just for that? People need to stay in their house, locked down and all that just because of that? And then we'll see. Because if the word is out, because this is past tense now, and then courts tomorrow, and then we just see where this is going to go, because courts tomorrow.
Turbans and fezzes? What? What is that? Kufi? High priest? Nuts.
Don't get played. Please don't get played.
And I guarantee, it's so funny is I guarantee you it is Moors that thought about hanging up that turban and fez. Oh man, it's hot now. I gotta go underground. No. No.
You gotta go and hide it. Oh yeah, let's play the hider.
On the 3rd of July, these motherfuckers was out at 1 in the morning on I-95 in Massachusetts, dressed in tactical gear with loaded semi-automatic firearms and held firearms, and wearing tactical gear and sprinter vans, and it was 11 people total. On top, they had women with them. This is how you can decipher somebody who is set to.
Not decipher what? Which women were with somebody?
$11 words coming out of his $2 mouth. Cloud chaser.
A real clout chaser.
Everybody got something to say. Who is this guy?
I don't know, bro. These people just pop up. They disappear.
I've never seen this guy ever.
They disappear. They come around. They disappear, and then when something happens, they pop up.
Oh, 2 Chainz stunt double looking ass nigga.
This is in order to protect our families, our women. You don't put no woman in no jeopardizing situation like that. Now, if you get other stupid Negro men in order to come along with you and partake in this, that's different. But we supposed to protect our sisters. That's one thing. And then the fact that he also found another 10 of y'all idiots in order to follow him and go through with this.
Go through with what? Like, what do you mean go through with something? How come people have a problem with people going camping? I'm still trying to figure out. How come people have a problem with camping? Like, summer didn't even really hit yet. COVID just got lifted and all that stuff. People just getting back outside. You're trying to
Yesterday.
They just lifted the thing. And look, here they come. Remember, they're talking against his mom. They're not talking against him. Keep that in mind. When you hear these people talk about the rise of the Moorish situation, and they're talking crazy to you because you're a Moor, and then them going through whatever, and they're looking at it as this some negative thing. Remember that they're talking against his mom.
Did you notice how as soon as everything hit, then you know it's psychological warfare. As soon as it hit, then all you see is the news you saw the news segments, and then you saw all Rami's videos right at the bottom. Or no, they're right there below the news segments.
Yeah.
What the news came out with.
The suggestion.
I mean, literally.
Yeah, the suggestion. Yep. Yeah.
Right below. As soon as you type in Rise of the Moorish, not their videos come up, but everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else.
Yeah, let's check it and see. Let's do it live and see. See what comes up. Because if nothing for them comes up. First thing on group stuff. Okay, the second thing was the YouTube page. That's the second thing. The third thing, their video, their We Are Not Anti-Government video. Their video again. CBS, TRT,
Hold on.
Planets, whatever, WCVB, Fox, CBS, Latest News in America, Langley, Outdoors Academy, Alternative New Art Newsive, Action News, El Matkaba TV, and then a Rise of the Moors again, Rise of the Moors. I think that's it.
Yeah, see? Like these people. Yeah, it's I guess the feed is switched up, but it was a Saturday. Dude, as soon as I typed in Rise of the Moors, it just BS. Just straight out the gate.
Yeah. But they still have a lot of stuff not them coming up. That is the new clickbait. Rise of the Moors is the new clickbait.
Right.
Hashtag Rise of the Moors.
Right. That was my I saw it and I was just like, hey, you can't be like, how can you not see what's going on?
How could you not see what's going on? That's what I'm saying. How could you not see what's going on?
Hey, and it took like Negro black color thing. When, we're not Negro black color because of ABC. It took like 5 minutes to figure out. Like, we're not that. Oh, okay, this is what's been missing. Okay, this is what it is. Okay, let's go.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, literally. 5
minutes, bro. 5 minutes. This is not rocket science.
Anybody who wants to be free, they're gonna be free.
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes of thinking and you're free. 5 minutes. 5 minutes of thinking and you're free. Nah, they want to pay $1,500 for a package that is gonna last 2 years. $1,500 a month. We're gonna teach you the commerce game and how you could grow weed. And show you to start up the business for the whatever. You know that's not mind. That's 3D. You're 3D like that. If it's 3D like that, then wasting time. Looking at them, they're in the they're in the third. They mastered the third dimensional realm and stayed there. That's not a master.
And it's because of it's because of the misinformation that really took, it takes a while, and that was a factor in it for me, because then, hey, I didn't even know about, I don't know, I just say, let's say on Canaanland Moors, this platform there's a good balance between everything. Like, hey, we're not talking, the prophet isn't somebody that should be worshipped, and especially coming out of that state of mind, then the last thing you want to do is get into any another cult, for lack of a better word. And so, what I'm starting to see that, how the divine really is divine first, because throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and not wanting to surrender my mind to another false concept.
Mm-hmm.
I was real hesitant about even like Noble Drew Ali.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, and one of the things that if people want the spiritual aspect of it, or the unseen, that has been one of the things that's been a foundation for. I'm starting to see that, and really feel like that's the foundation. And so coming out of that with the law and with the jurisprudence and knowing the history, having that foundation of, hey, this is some of the principles that you are supposed to get in the so-called religion. It's very powerful, and I think that just adds to the energy from the unseen, or the esoteric perspective, to really bring that into the physical world, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It just misinformation. It took a long time, and that's where I can say that I knew that this was it, when I had people saying, "Hey, no, don't follow us. Do your own research."
Yeah.
Do your own research.
What do you mean don't follow you? What do you mean? Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to research? Like, what do you mean? Start panicking.
Right. That's the self-study. That's the only way.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
And you don't realize until you actually walk the plank.
Right.
You don't realize. You don't realize until you actually cross over. When you put in the 10,000 hours, then you could throw it up and it's going to go in, regardless of what.
Right. It's just so important. The little situation I had with the highway people, when I hit you up and was letting you know what was going on. That was a wake up call on so many other fronts too. That, hey, we got to get our children. We got to change. This is what it's about.
Yeah.
This is what it's about. And, looking at social media, I think that indirectly we make it about something else, or we get sidetracked into, the likes, and, hey, you want to put information out, and hey, you want to be, you want to be accepted. You want to connect with others. You want to be, and it's easy to get wrapped up in that, and then get away from the tangible, get away from what it's about. It's about clearing our minds and getting our children right, because we're not going to see certain things. That's just the fact of the matter. This is for the young and unborn.
Yep.
It's so difficult. Give thanks. Give thanks to you, Brother Cujo, and everybody else. We're Moors. We're not Negro, black, or colored.
Facts.
For the record. Hold on. This is Shin Bay. We are not Negro. We're not black. We're not colored. We're not mixed. We're not Puerto Ricans. We're not Dominicans, Jamaicans, or anything. We're Moors.
Right, once again, my son is not a violent person. Growing up, he never had any trouble or issues like that. All he is trying to do is find the truth and make sure people are following the law. Not just the people, but the cops and the government as well. That's his mom talking. You're not gonna ride with moms? You're gonna talk crazy? Just let them talk a little more.
I had one of the elders, Moorish. They actually showed me the video while it was live, while it was happening yesterday. So I was hip to this shit all day yesterday while I was going down. And one of the elders, he was like, "Yeah, DJ, we probably gonna end up having to get them out." I was like, "Fuck no." I was like, "Let them sit there. Let them sit there." And I don't mean that in a manner where I approve of prison or jail or any of that stuff. But if we go get these people out this situation through this illegal.
If we, who's we? Who's we? What do you mean we gotta do something about something? Who's we? Where were you 2 years ago talking about we doing something for the Moors? Where? We. What do you mean let them sit there? What do you mean? Because what? Because they choose to go camping and you don't like camping? So you rather sit in the bucket seat, all leather with the fur interior and all that. And these other people don't want that. They want to go camping. And you're talking about let them sit there? And then people are going to be supporting these people who are throwing their own people under the bus. His mom said he's not even violent like that. His mom. And his mom doesn't seem like a crazy lady. Where were these people when any other Moors had any issues? Talking about we get somebody out of somewhere. This is a Moor. Remember, this is a Moor right here. This is DJ Bey. He's a Moor. And he said let his Moorish brother sit there. And he claims he knows how to get him out. How does he claim that he knows how to get him out, but he's going to let his brother sit there?
Just let him sit there.
Sit there? And he has the remedy?
Allegiance and obedience is what nationhood is about. So who are these people loyal to? Who do these people obey? Treason, man. These people are criminals.
Well, there's the countdown, but we'll get back on because I didn't even reach this far yet in the video. I didn't know you went this crazy.
My bad. That's probably for me running my mouth too.
No, not even. They only got us at an hour, so you already know how it goes. We just got.
Hey, how everybody else get 2 hours though?
Yo, it's crazy, bro. And this is the new one too. Yo, we'll be right back on.
All right.